Hello, this is Zoc, and this is Dataforge. All right, I am Zoc. Ha ha ha. Welcome everybody. We're here for another exciting episode. Very excited to talk about new Keyforge news today, and then also see the latest on the TCO meta report and all the other fun stuff we have planned. So thanks for joining. I think we'll have some fun. And yeah. So what do we have for you all today? Let's see. First, of course, we have some news. There was actually live Keyforge news today and a promise of some exciting news for next week as well. We will check out the TCO meta. Um, that's, of course, where we take a look at what is being played in the competitive queue on TCO, the Crucible Online. Next, we've updated fresh marks this week. Last week, we took a look at all the newly registered high SAS decks. And this week, we're going to look at all the high SAS decks that have been added to the secondary market. And some have already, they look like they've sold. So that's pretty interesting to see. And I think we can potentially track some over time to see what's selling, how much of it is it selling for. We can take a look at a 300 euro offer that was rejected for one of the decks. So that'll be interesting. And then we will check out a deck spotlight of my first deck. And then we'll crack a pack. So we'll have some fun here. Okay. What is the news? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is actually an update to the Gamefound campaign by Ghost Galaxy. So that's really exciting. And it's titled The Real Work Begins. So let's take a quick look at this news update. They say they've been having a wonderful time with the campaign. The pledge manager is of course closed now, and that they are working hard to kind of produce everything. Hey Zodid, how are you? Nice to see you. Of course, they say to get everything printed for the Gamefound, they need to get in the materials, and so they do show all the cards, boxes, and some of the raw materials that are coming its way. And then they give a little bit of showing what they've already done. Some printed playmat boxes. They say they're printing playmats already. So you would think some of those might be full there, especially if they're already in box form. Otherwise, I think they'd probably be flat. Here you can see a whole bunch of token sets that they've built, and they have a closer up picture of that. There's some. These ones are waiting to run through their packaging machine, and these are the already packaged one. And so these appear to be the token sets that I think each backer is getting at least one token set. And you could obviously add on additional token sets, which is just a deck of double-sided cards that have a different token on each side, so that if you have a bunch of face-down cards, you can instead use these and you know exactly what type of creature your token is. And then this appears to be the token box, at least for the some of the unfathomable tokens there. They also have a nice little video. Check that out. And then here's the big news. They say a lot of work's been done so far, still plenty to go. They're waiting on some new materials, some more materials, and they say they are still on track for our estimate of 6 months following the close of the pledge manager on December 16th. and that they're excited, as we are, to get our hands on the latest set. So let's talk about that because this is interesting. And there's actually been some communication just to try and understand exactly what's going on here. Because in the community, there was a sense that we would expect decks probably in February, maybe outside shot January. And that was kind of based off of Christian Peterson interviews where he even said, hey, maybe we'll have decks by the end of the year. That being said, they did always on their FAQ, once they added this entry on the FAQ for the Gamefound campaign, saying that it would be 6 months following the close of the Pledge Manager. Unfortunately, the Gamefound campaign also had a little line that said, oh, your pledge would be expected to be delivered in, I forget, I said January or February. So there was kind of multiple pieces of communication out there that was all not really lined up. And the community definitely, based off the interviews and that line on the Gamefound campaign, we're definitely thinking we're getting it in January or February. Um, Now, that being said, 6 months actually makes a lot of sense, and it's not crazy in any way for the amount of work that they have to do to get something out. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. 6 months is totally fast. And honestly, they still have a ton on their plate. They need to design the newest adventure related to Grim Reminders. The what is it, Gorgon Heist, something like that. Um, they're working on OP, and they actually said on Discord we should have an announcement on OP by the end of next week. So that's super exciting. Um, they're also working, of course, on getting out all of this work. They're working on the software, transitioning over from the current Master Vault to whatever they have for the Master Vault replacement, and making sure that it supports, hopefully enhancements and kind of all the different additional capabilities that we expect. So that's just like a little bit. They have a whole bunch that they're working on. So 6 months actually, I agree, Andrew. This would still be kind of the fastest ever from like a crowdfunding campaign that I've seen, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes longer than that, just because they still have some some decent amount of stuff on their plate. Um, so that's the latest news. I think I still would ask them to just be open and transparent as much as possible. I think it's good that this came out and to make sure that everybody's got a clear picture of kind of when things are expected. Um, it would have been nice if they had mentioned kind of something about kind of some of the things like Christian Peterson had said in the interviews, just because I think a lot of the community was thought things were coming in. But so far, they continue to do a good job of communication. They've been putting articles on their website every week, and they've been very, very interactive on Discord. So um, I think they're trying to be as realistic as possible, and that's why they wanted to put out this update. And so, as I saw on the Tabletop Royale Discord, we Keyforge players are a patient group, so we just want it done right. So if they do it right, we are going to be super happy. And we've waited a long time since the last set. So we are patient, and we'll be happy when it comes out. And totally, Dinobot, you're right. Worst time for TCO to get it implemented. Um, Having to implement a whole new mechanic and, of course, a bunch of cards. Maybe we can hack some decks in. Yeah, yeah. I've definitely heard people saying, "Hey, maybe we can start playing with the Keyforge Celebration decks at least." But I know it's a lot of work on that side, and I'm not sure what all the other kind of things that might go into that um, beyond the work that it'll take to implement all the cards, implement the new mechanics, and things like that. So that's the latest news, and as I said, they are planning to have an update on OP, organized play, by the end of next week as well. So that's super exciting. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. Um, in the keynote from the Keyforge celebration, they had talked about store championships in February and March. So is that still the plan? Are we going to do that with current sets? Don't know. Hopefully the update goes into that. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll probably lay out what we should expect over, the next set of time. So, yeah, it'll be exciting. It's going to be interesting though, just because without the new set being there, what are they actually going to do for OP? Having OP to get new stores involved with a new set makes sense. If they don't have the new set to sell and they don't have stock of old sets, it's a little bit harder. Um, and you're totally right, Andrew. It's because of the pandemic, Mass Mutations and DT didn't really get a local OP season. Um, but it doesn't mean that stores actually have that to sell now either. So that's the issue. So yeah, maybe they mix it up some. We'll, I think everybody's excited to see what they do. And especially like the other thing that I'm excited about, I'm really curious about a lot of the software backend stuff, what they're planning in terms of tracking and things like that. There's a lot of talk about could there be ways that they, built into their software um, track different things that could be used for different tournaments, um, could also be used within clubs, and so maybe they'll talk about that too, and how it could be related to OP. I would guess that we would need either a gem replacement or a Master Vault replacement to get OP going, so maybe they'll talk about that as well. That would be exciting. All right, so that is the news. I guess the other thing, yeah, no, that's it. That's the news. Okay, what's up next? The TCO MetaWatch, and of course, this is where we take a look at the TCO competitive queue and track the sets that are being used on the decks and the SAS ranges of those decks. And we just started this last week, so we don't have a lot of data. But the goal really is to see what are the trends, and especially as new sets come out, um, I think it'll be interesting to see what the trends are. I have some new Master Vault wish list items that aren't enhancements. Oh, do tell. I remember hearing a whole bunch when that was brought up before, and um they seem very receptive, like tracking the language of the deck, which is not being currently done. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. That was one example. But yeah, I think there's a lot that they could do, which would be exciting and potentially set them up for other things that they can do in either casual or competitive play. Okay, and maybe they might even be thinking ahead to if everything goes great, maybe a year or two down the line, maybe there's a digital client. Hopefully they kind of think about that and plan for it, or at least plan for expandability to something like this. Which decks are played in which events? Definitely. Stores had a page and they track wins at a store, so they could tell they could see which decks make up a local meta. That would be awesome. Yeah. And I think there's like so much that they could do with that to automatically generate reports, especially for bigger events, whether it's the Nationals, Vault Tours. If they have all that information, I mean, that's a gold mine. Yeah, that would be exciting. Okay, let's take a quick look at what we've currently recorded, and let's go get some data right now. Let's get a set of data right now from what's going on the Crucible. Let's do it live. That's what I like to do. The Crucible by Arthur Miller. No, The Crucible Online. Okay, let's see. Oh, it'll be easy. We only have one game that we can get into that's a normal game. There's a Sloppy Labworks having a password a game, and then player Herp's waiting for an Alliance game. But we can track that too, how many Alliance games are going on. But we get to see what Nova and Yo-Yo Milkworm are doing. Let's check out their decks. Oh, Pink Jacket. All right. And we can add these to. Let me. I did not plan for this. Let's check out within DOK what's being. Oops. Okay. We have a Dark Tidings deck. That's good. Because we haven't had a lot of Dark Tidings deck. We've only had one in all the data points so far. So Yo-Yo Milkworm bringing out the DT. That's exciting. Double Chelonia, Deepwater Gruin, Double Witch of the Dawn. Very cool. United Action. Yes. Okay. Let's add that. 72 SAS DT. Add the deck to the log, and we're in here roughly that for me. And whoops. We have a DT, 72 SAS. Okay. And then we have a Mass Mutation, 91 SAS. Nova bringing the fire. Okay. We'll add that to the list. And we'll add the Alliance match to the list. Okay, and add the deck to our log. Okay, so I started adding some charts here, and there's probably a better way to kind of track it over time. So we'll look into that. But the top one here is tracking the sets that are seen over time. And the bottom one is tracking the different SAS buckets over time. And this one, we might have to have like a separate line for each SAS bucket, or we might need to combine SAS buckets so that it's more digestible, because it's not super digestible right now. But we can definitely see, based off the line graph and looking at the numbers, Mass Mutations by far in the lead from the competitive queue. I've been a little bit surprised by Coda having still a decent amount, but I think it makes sense. There's so many Coda decks out there. A lot of them are still good. After Mass Mutation, though, Worlds Collide is the second most. Then Coda and AOA are actually tied. And then that was just a second DT deck that we've seen in the competitive queue with our 7 data points. From a SAS range perspective, we've consistently seen a 90 plus almost every time, but there's still been a lot more groupings in kind of the anywhere from 70 to 85 is still kind of the top of the bell curve. But it's more even. Um, and you can see earlier today there was 3 decks in the 60s to 69 SAS range in the competitive queue. So they're rocking it. So that's what that looks like for this week. I think as we track it over time, it'll be more and more interesting. I think especially, unfortunately now it's going to be May plus time frame, but when Winds of Exchange gets released, I think it'll be really interesting to see what the meta looks like. And maybe even once they start releasing what we're going to see for OP, maybe that mixes it up as well. Okay. So that's the TCO Meta Watch. Back to what's next on our list, fresh marks. And so I changed it up a little bit this week. We did take a look at last week at the newly registered high SAS decks. And although it was really interesting to see some of them, um, it's there's not much you can do with it. A lot of times you don't even know who's registered it. And so I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting to see from a secondary market perspective what is being listed that's high SAS. And we can mix this up too over time if people think of something that's more interesting. But I think what's cool looking at this is you can see what's selling if we track that over time. How much is it selling for? We may or may not be able to see, depending on kind of how it's sold. And we actually do have some interesting tidbits to look at this week. So let's jump right into that. We had, I think, right around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 decks that went on sale this week that were 85 SAS or higher. So that's actually a lot. Yeah, there were a lot of cool decks that we saw last week. So let's go through them. We at least one of these appeared to have sold already, which is exciting, and one of these, I think, is this one, had a 300 euro offer that was rejected. So this, and I'm starting to also track this here to see if it's got a price, how much is the price, has it been sold, and we can come back over time and say like, are some of these selling or not? So we can look at like the new ones on the market every week, but um, I think offline I'll update ones from previous weeks and we can take a peek at if there's anything interesting that happened, new sales, um, or potentially offers or things like that. So this first deck that went on sale, I think these first 3 went on sale January 5th. Then the next 2 went on sale January 7th, and then there's like 3 or 4 more on January 8th, and then 2 on January 9th or something like that. So this is M. Walker, Protégé de Rostorm, um, owned by Anto2290. It's a Worlds Collide 96 SAS deck, Logo Saurian Star Alliance. The Logos is honestly not super overpowered. Eddy, double wormhole, Tau Tau, double information exchange, graft, entropic swirl, cutthroat research. The Saurian here definitely has some interesting things with Exile and Tribute, Golden Spiral with Primus Ingus, Odoak, Ludo, Shrix, and then Star Alliance has Quintrina Flux Red Alert, Stealth Mode, Kirby, only one of them, Medic Ingram. So it kind of looks like just kind of well-rounded in all three houses. All three houses are really solid. And that gets it up to 96 SAS. So this was listed without a selling price. However, there was a 300 euro offer that was rejected for it. So at least the seller thinks this deck is worth over 300 euros. And I think they're probably right. I think people would probably pay more for something like this. So that's pretty interesting. Next up, we have Ronzio Mercenaria di Ulula Todelegno, an AOA 85 SAS deck. This Logo Sanctum. Oh, this Logos is triple ZYX Researcher, Professor Sudekin, Jargoggle, double Helper Belt, Helper Bot, Archimedes, Interdimensional Graft. That's pretty nice. Sanctum here, Double Spirit's Way, Blinding Light, Begone. Nothing super exciting in the Sanctum. Merrick the Mark. And then in the discs, we have a Cold Week, Double Binding Irons, Poltergeist, Exhume, Pandemonium, Library of the Damned, Soul Snatcher, Charette, Dust Imp, and Yerk. So lots of speed. That Logos is really good. Maybe it can set up the other houses really well. So that's put on the market. It does not have a listed price. You can make an offer. All right. Next up, an 88 SAS Worlds Collide deck, Arjuna Starak, Cienciata di Loso Special, Logo Saurian Star Alliance, Double Daughter, Double Eddy, Code Monkey, Interdimensional Graft, another Entropic Swirl, very nice. The Saurian here looking really spicy. Double Tribute with a 6 Semper Tyrannosaurus, Imperium, Ancient Power, Stomp. And in the Star Alliance, we have an Anomaly with Infomancer. We also have Stealth Mode, Xeno Training, Uncharted Lands, Kirby, and Medic Ingram. 3 really solid houses again. 88 SAS, being sold by SIP with a price listed at 500 euros. And apparently being sold out of Italy. Very interesting. All right. Next up, we have Bertrand de Flambeau, Officier de la Rue. 87 SAS Mass Mutation. Being sold by Ashitaka from the French Keyforge Association. And before I forget, I will be streaming with the esteemed Fudginator the finals of the Kagi Keyforge's Garfield Intended League. It's the adaptive best of 3, and it's going to be Ashitaka versus Fabulosine. So super excited. So see him in action. He was a finalist just a few seasons ago as well. So gonna be exciting. And he's actually, I think, got the next 3 decks here. Fandangle with double snudge. Ooh, that is totally hot. That's a rule of 6 right there. If you have, as of course, Fandangle, when you have 4 more Ember, your non-untamed creatures interplay ready. So your Snudge interplays ready. You Reap, you bounce your Snudge, play it again. Now, unfortunately, the Reap and the Play both count, so you can only get 3 Ember from it. But still very spicy. And it's got the Infernus as well, so you play the Snudge, you play the Infernus, bounce the Infernus right away. Maybe do it again with another Snudge. Very, very nice. This also has Eaton's Jar, a Grim Reminder, a Stirring Grave. The Shadows has a Rad Penny, double Bowknithings, Penserator, and the Untamed, along with that spicy Fandangle. We have double Pismire, a Tremble, Wild Bounty, Double Rapid Evolution, and Commune. And Resurgence is actually pretty nice with that set of mutants that it has there. Okay, so that's 87 SAS. Mass Mutations doesn't have a listed price. You can make an offer. All right. Next up, also from Ashitaka, Sidonia Megaton and Sorcelius de Nisia City. Butchering these. Another Mass Mutations, 87 SAS. The Dis, double essence scale with Infernus, Neret, Painmail, Technofiend. The Logos is rocking the Ultra Gravitron with a Daughter and a Kronos and a Sloppy Labwork. And a mutagenic serum with 9 mutants. And the Saurian has a city state interest, a spoils of battle, both very nice with the Curiosaurus. It's also rocking a Monument to Strix, which I think is very underrated. Citizen Strix and a Senator Brachus, which is very nice with all that capture. It doesn't look like it's got any taunt though to protect the Senator Brachus. No taunt or warding. But yeah, definitely a witch that needs to be killed. Very exciting. That one also does not have a price, but you can put in an offer. Okay, next up we have Sherman El Escaleno de la Camara. 88 SAS, Worlds Collide. This one's being sold by Jose79. This is a really sweet looking logos. Triple Eddie, Memory Chip, Director of ZYX, a Legacy Director of ZYX, Igor, Hologramophone, Tau Tau Vapors, Double Cutthroat Research, Star Alliance, also super spicy, double Captain Valgerico. And as Archon's Corner reported from their the Worlds Collide Mass Mutation sale tournament that they had, Captain Valgerico was very correlated to doing very well in that tournament. So double Captain Valgerico here, very nice. With the stealth mode, the transporter platform, the comm officer Kirby, 2 Lieutenant Kirkars to protect all those witches, also a psionic officer Lang, and a tactical officer Moon to put him in the center. Beautiful. And in the Untamed, a pretty nice set here with the Grasping Vines and Mimicry, the Song of the Wild with the double Ghost Hawk. Very nice. Very nice. Only 1.6 creature control. All it has is Ink of the Spider and a Stunner. It can just stun. No destroying creatures at all. Very interesting. And that is listed for 250 euros. Yeah, if you get those Valgericos early, that could go crazy. Very interesting. Okay. Next up, also by Jose79, we have Grada del Zoologico El Platedo. Mass Mutations 86 SAS. Also rocking a double Captain Valgerico. Wow. Lay of the Land and Hapless Cadet and Secura Droid also in Star Alliance. In Logos, we have a mutagenic serum featuring 9 mutants, Eclectic Inquiry, Effervescent Principle, Fission Bloom, and there's at least 3 enhance cards in Logos, plus a few more that have Ember Pips. Adaptoid, and then in Dis we have double Infernus with double Stirring Grave, an Obsidian Forge, Maleficorn, a Markadis, and a Pandemonium. So that is 86 SAS mass mutation right now being sold for a listed price of €250. All right, we have some spam. Thanks, Dinobot. I appreciate it. With the banhammer. All right. Next up, we have a deck that is no longer for sale. But in my email, it very clearly listed this for sale, and it was listed for €200. And it was being sold by Jose79. Now it's being listed under Elu, who I'm not familiar with, even though they are listed as under Team SAS. So I have to assume that Elu bought this one for €200. So this will be very interesting to see what it has. It's an 85 SAS mass mutation. And this disc lineup is one of the best disc lineups I've ever seen. Gateway to Disc, Implosion, Double Market Disc, Pandemonium, Essence Scale, Eaton Jar, Hystricog, Double Infernus, Snurret, and Technofiend. Lots and lots of disruption and creature control, and a little bit of Ember control thrown in. So I'm wondering if they just bought this for the disc pot alone, maybe for Alliance. Because the other two houses, although they're fine, they're not at that level. So let's take a look at the logos. It's still pretty good. Effervescent Principle, Kurzap, Sloppy Labwork, Standardized Testing, Autoencoder, Cronus, Double Munchling, Double Quixo the Adventurer, Sacrobot, and Discombobulator. Oh, good. Thanks for the feedback, Sodid. Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see what's being sold and if we can see also what's being bought. Now, sometimes they might just take it off of being sold. We won't necessarily know, but if we see that it changes owner on DOK, maybe we can make some assumptions. So it'll be super cool to see, like, hey, this sold for potentially €200. That's what it was listed at. What does that tell us about the market, right? So I definitely need to learn more about the secondary market. I'm sure you could teach me a lot, but this segment, I think, hopefully will help some of us learn about it, learn what's selling, and yeah, it'll be very interesting. Moving on to the Sanctum, we have the Burning Glare, the Cleansing Wave, the Smite, Spirit's Way, Gizelhart Standard, Baldric the Bold, Baranon, Bulwark, Champion, Anafiel, Squire Alice, Vemos Lightbringer, and Shoulder Armor. So, not a super exciting Sanctum. I can probably put a board down and do some work. Or maybe you just discard it to your autoencoder. So, yeah, it's likely a very good deck. Lots of creature control, solid Ember control. Maybe it's lacking expected Ember. Has some speed. The autoencoder is always nice. Lots of disruption. So my assumption is this sold for €200. And that's, oh yeah, I didn't say this other name that I can't pronounce. Calder Quark La Inqueblantable. 85 SAS mass mutation deck. Very cool. All right, 3 decks to go. Next up is a 93 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Gaia il Tecagno Prigioniero del Alberto. Oh, let's start with this super spicy star lines. Triple Com Officer Kirby. First Officer Frame, Helmsman Spears, Information Officer Gray, and to protect them, we have the Lieutenant Kirkard, Double Medic Ingram, and a Cloaking Dongle. Very, very nice star lines. In the Saurian, we have an Exile, with a double Orator Harasso and a Grimloxus Dux, an Axiom of Grisk, a Reader Golem, and in the disc we have a double Infernus, a double Exhume, EE on the fringes, 3 Fates, the Evil Eye, Draining Touch. So this is currently listed for €600 by Chelsea98, aka Easy Galena. Yeah, so €600 for this 93 SAS Worlds Collide. No logos 90 plus. Yeah. Good call, Dinobot. If you all recall, when I had Z on for one of our previous Dataforge episodes, we took a look at the breakdown of all 90 plus SAS decks, and I think like 90% of those were logos or had logos in them. So you're totally right. This is a very interesting deck since it doesn't have logos. And it, without logos, these are the other 3-star houses in Worlds Collide, the Historian Star Lines. Very cool. I'm sure that can do some work. I'm not sure if it can do €600 of work, but maybe. Okay, and now we get to an 89 SAS Coda deck. 89 SAS Coda. More Dayside del Grafasiga Vendahaus. Being sold by Doom B. Disc logos Mars. In the disc, we have double Arise, double Control the Weak, Fear, Lash of Broken Dreams, Soul Snatcher, Dust Imp, Eater of the Dead, Restring Guntus, Succubus Toxin. In the logos, we have Bouncing Death Cork, Interdimensional Graft, Labwork, Library Access, Neurosiphon, triple Sloppy Labwork, which I love to see, double Wild Wormhole, Valen Analyst, and the Mars EMP Blast for some good artifact control. Hypnotic Command, let's see, with 1, 2, 3, with 6 creatures is not bad at all. Shatterstorm to kill all that Ember. Squawker, Incubation Chamber to put all your creatures in archive to really set up a Hypnotic Command. Mother Gun and Ether Spider, also very nice, can set up your interdimensional graft along with your Lash. Ulik Megamouth, Yixler Bolter, Zizix Semeni, and John Smith. This deck is spicy, and check this out. It's listed for 20 bucks. I'm not sure if that's real, but I actually messaged them because I was like, wait, 20 bucks for an 89 SAS Coda deck? Sign me up. I'm guessing I was not the first to message them though, so we'll see. It is a German deck being sold out of Germany. I'm not even sure if they ship internationally or to the US at least. They do say Germany and Europe in their info, but pretty cool deck. Really lacking on creature control, but the Bouncing Death Core can probably do a lot of work. But I don't know. Looks like a fun deck. So hopefully we see some like real stuff out there too that are like deals like this that are real. 20 bucks. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if next week when we check if it's no longer owned by Doom B. Okay, and finally we have I believe it might be a Polish deck. I definitely cannot pronounce this. Aspali Marius Rogal, an 85 SAS mass mutation deck, or sorry, Worlds Collide deck. Logo Saurian Star Alliance. We have a Tau Tau, Information Exchange, Wild Wormhole, Dr. Malia, Eddie with a Mimic Gel, a Titan Guardian to protect it, Double Quant, a Hapsis. In the Saurian, I really is wishing it had a tribute because it's got Exile and 6 Semper Tyrannosaurus, also Imperium, Ancient Power, Axiom, Stomp, the Golden Spiral. one of the funnest cards. It's got Compsos Haruspex, which of course changes your play effect to a play reap effect. And it's got some protection in there as well with Brutodon Auxiliary and Tricerian Legionary. And some really nice Star Alliance cards with Stealth Mode, Captain Valjerico, Comm Officer Kirby, Commander Chan, Information Officer Gray, Double Kirkar. So we have Taunt in all three houses. Tactical Officer Moon to put all your key cards under Taunt. Kirkar's Blaster to do some more warding. Kirby's Blaster to do some more speed. It's a little low on creature control. Might struggle versus a good Saurian deck, maybe. But that's for sale. No price listed. You'll have to make an offer, but that's a nice looking 85 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Is this what people would call an overrated Worlds Collide deck? I wonder if it's 85 good. It's a good question. The logos actually is a little bit underwhelming. If some of that stuff actually stayed on the board and you could do work with the double quants and the Hapsis, then that'd be great. But usually they don't stick on the board. Though the one thing that I think makes this a little bit better is all the taunt and warding. Because with 20 creatures and putting a lot of your key stuff under taunt, like Captain Valjerico, the Kirby's, the Compsos, Information Officer Gray, the Eddie, they could probably do some work. Now, as we said, very lacking on creature control, which is definitely a big issue. Amber control is also quite limited. You can get a decent archive for the Eddie with the Tau Taus, the Information Officer Gray, the Eddie, the Mimic Gel, potentially. Maybe the Dr. Millie. But if you're getting a lot out of Dr. Millie, you're probably already losing that game. Yeah, I don't know. What's interesting, at least for me, is at a certain SAS level, sometimes for me, it's really hard to evaluate. Some are easier to evaluate than others, but some, just like any Keyforge deck, you gotta play. What do you think? Do you think it's pretty overrated? It's only got 11 Ember Pips. The only key cheat is not one that is often used, Forging an Alliance. Yeah, you think it's overrated? Just the Axiom, which can be quite good, can be quite bad. It really depends what you're facing. I think the Star Alliance is really good. The Logos, the Saurian are both average. Oh, okay. All right, and let's see. Oh yeah, it's got the stealth mode for disruption. Yeah, it's an interesting deck. These are the decks, and what makes Keyforge so awesome is like you just want to actually go play it. Like, hey, is it good? I don't know. Let's play it. Has a lot of speed, but it does rely on its board, and the Exile 6 Semper will rarely go off correctly. Yeah, and there's not a lot to do with the Exile 6 Semper here. You do have the Stomp and the Golden Spiral and the Thero Centurion, but that's potentially the only way that you're getting Ember on creatures. It's got the Candle unit, but not sure if you're going to be wanting to do capturing with that, really. And you probably don't want to exile it. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, this has two really fun rares, though, with the Mimic Gel and the Compsos Haruspex, because I feel like those bring another element that a lot of decks don't have, where the Mimic Gel really depends what's on your board. It depends what's on your opponent's board. You can copy one of their cards, and the Compsos with play effects. This one doesn't have a ton of play effects, but it's got some really good ones with Eddie, Gray, Kirby. Yeah, so interesting. Okay, so that was a fun look at what I like to call fresh marks. And what will be even more fun is checking in week to week, especially looking back at some of these sales to see have they sold and what's going on with them. Okay, next up, my deck spotlight. And we are going to spotlight my first deck that I've ever owned. And it is Zachary W. Hellborn the Pure. It was a Coda deck, and it was given to me by a friend. And it was actually given to me in a Taco Bell. So I opened this up in a Taco Bell. I played it in a Taco Bell over my lunch break at work. And that was my first game of Keyforge. It's a Coda deck, Logos, Shadows, Sanctum. And it's got a lot of fun little stuff in there. The best part is that it was open in a Taco Bell. That's right. That's right. Um, not not all your decks can say that. So let's take a look at it. And um, it's a lot of fun because like when I first was playing this deck, let's go through the cards, but the logo says double effervescent principle, library access, scrambler storm, neutron shark. The sanctum has cleansing wave, doorstep to heaven, round table, sigil of the brotherhood, commander Remiel, sergeant Zerkiel, double staunch knight. And the shadows has bait and switch, booby trap, ghostly hand, lights out, nerve blast, pawn sacrifice, special delivery, Dipno spy master, urchin, dust runner, and double umbra. So when I first played this, I was like, neutron shark seems so bad. Why would you ever want to destroy your own creature? Of course, back then I didn't even realize it could hit artifacts. Um, but it's a fun little deck. Library Access, of course. Starting out my Keyforge experience with Library Access was fun. Dipno Spymaster was neat. It was born in hell. That's right. Hellborn the Pure. It was born in hell, but it's pure. That's right. Neutron Shark is bad. Hot takes right here. um, yeah, I think it struggles now because of creature control. It's got Lights Out, Neutron Shark, Pawn Sacrifice, Booby Trap, Sergeant Zakiel, Special Delivery, Nerve Blast. But let's give it a spin and see how it holds up in the current meta. It is an amazing first deck. Yeah. That's why I got into Keyforge. Okay. Competitive queue. Let's go. Oh, I didn't even check to see if anybody's playing. Logan's playing. Yeah. All right. He's probably gonna have some fire. All right, let's see what we're playing against. Gorand, the absurdly hench. Hench, you're so hench. Logan has some of that for sure. Yeah. Okay, this is a 77 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Logos, Saurian Star Alliance, United Action. Okay. Hey, it's got a neutron shark. It must not be good. And he's playing a random World Collide that he never played before. All right, cool. We are gonna mulligan that. And we will start out with neutron shark. No, just kidding. We'll start out with bat drone. All right. This is gonna be fun. banger of an opening hand. Yeah, the bait and switch. Let's hope he gets a lot of ember here. I'm gonna fix this here. Okay. There we go. I think. Oh, wait. I was gonna do something else. That's alright. Okay. So, Tao Tao, Neutron Shark, and Quant. Okay. They didn't gain any ember. Come on now. Alright. We will Shadows. We're gonna bait and switch for nothing. We're gonna Dusk Runner, that Quant, and then we're gonna Lights Out it. And we're gonna hold the Nerf Blast? Nah, we'll play that too. We'd love to see all those cards in the opener. Well, if he was gaining Ember, but yeah, we're gonna cycle. We gotta load up that library access turn. Science Officer Kincan. Oh no, they're gonna steal my Ember. Transporter platform. Xeno Training Quadricorder. Oh, well, we can Neutron Shark it right away. Oh, hey, they captured the Ember that they could have stole. That's good. Well, in that case, I think I do go Sanctum here, even though fighting into it will do nothing. Do we not play the Shield of Justice in because they're just gonna steal it? Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna just play Ezekiel, Remiel, because fighting with it would do nothing. We'll discard the Shield of Justice because we don't want to give a member that they're gonna steal right away anyway. So into Saurian they go, and pull in their archive. Questerjarda, Chant of Hubris, Imperium. My booby trap, it does nothing. This is not looking that great. I could steal one, which I'll just steal back. I could fight twice and do nothing, except get a ward off. And now the booby trap wouldn't even clear the wards because there's not enough creatures to even play it. Gotta have 3 creatures. I think we have a really bad library access turn. Yeah, let's do it. Library access. Let's get out the Titan mechanic. And then Neutron Shark. And we didn't draw anything. So bad. Let's try and get rid of the Kincan. Discard a Ghostly Hand. And we discarded Fogify. Inchurn. That was really sad. Really sad. But at least we got rid of that Kincan. Oh no, my steel does nothing now. Discombobulator. What else I got? Worm. Oh, they discard Code Monkey so that they don't take off the ward. That makes sense. I think we're going to get some Neutron Shark action here because we're going to go Sanctum and we're going to Reap with our Remiel to Reap with our Neutron Shark to kill some stuff. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, exactly. Worlds Collide doing its job, putting down Coda. Okay, so we're going to Reap to Reap with this. I think we got to go for the Jarda. We'll take out The Sequus. Hey, we got the Jarda. Sweet. We discarded our Doorstep to Heaven. That's alright. Well, the Brotherhood. Transporter platform. I forget what all craziness they can do with that. They have United Action. They have double cloaking dongle, which is pretty good with the platform. Now with their United Action, they have logos out now, so they can do stuff with that, unfortunately. But I think the platform is higher value. Do we give them a key? I think so. I think we got to get rid of the board. No, let's not. Let's not. Oh, we discarded our effervescent principle. So that's actually good that we killed the neutron shark then anyway, because then we wouldn't have been able to go back into Logos. And that actually set us up for a pretty nice Shadow's turn here. If we can do something. Going into Starlines, they discard the United Action. They don't want to play Logos cards. Okay, let's go into Shadows here. We do get some Booby Trap. We get some Steals. Special Delivery, Umbra, and Dipnos Spymaster. Hey, so we got to check. Okay, we have Dipnos Spymaster and Commander Remiel. We can do some action. Yes, they activated our trap. Oh no, but they activated their trap. City-state interest twice. All my Ember gone. Let's see, we do have a pawn sacrifice. So let's go Shadows. Remiel only uses non-Sanctum cards. I was hoping we could use Spymaster to use Remiel to use Radi Knight, but that doesn't work. Okay. I think we still go Shadows here. Let's see. Oh, actually. The Logos is tempting too because we could use the Dipno to use the Remiel to use the Umbra, but the fight wouldn't work because of the Molina would die, would kill us with the Hazardous. I guess we could Reap with the Umbra, so it's still a double Reap. We get them down 2 Ember. Still pretty good. The Shadow's turn is also pretty juicy. Because I do think we need to get rid of that Molina. So we're going to Reap with the Urchin. We're going to Pawn Sacrifice the Urchin to hit the Molina and the Centurion. Our Umbra is going to fight the Quant. We'll put out another Umbra and we'll just Reap with the Spymaster and Ensure. Alright, what trap card of theirs did I now trigger? Oh hey, we're about to redraw in 4 cards. That's not bad. Round Table will beef up some of our creatures, or just armor. Oh no, +1 power and taunt. Okay. It's been a long time since I played a Round Table. Cleansing Wave, no value, barely any value right now, but we'll see. Let's see. Ooh, Red Alert off the Wild Wormhole. Ouch, that was nice. That hurt. Then they self-bolstering automaton, twin bolt. Okay. I do get a key though. They are at check with 8, and I have an effervescent principle. So let's do that. Library of Babel, Quixo and the Scrambler Storm, no actions. And end turn. Okay, Thero Centurion takes out my Quixo, but I better play some more creatures or else I'm gonna have a special delivery. Oh, the Centurion Legionary. Tricerian Legionary, what did I just say? And warding it. Let's see, do they have a way? Oh, they do have a Scutum coming. That's too bad. That Ember's gone. I don't think I'll be able to do anything by the time I need it. Oh yeah, here we go though. Hallowed Blaster and Cleansing Wave because it doesn't matter. We're not going to be able to kill it with our special delivery anyway. Okay. Ooh, now we're getting into some clunk. Our beefed up Sanctum though might be pretty important to this matchup to try and fight off the Saurian. They go back into Saurian, which makes sense. You got 3 dinos on the board. You do dino. Interesting. A fight? They're fighting off my Stanch Knight. Interesting. Oh, and 6 Semper. Oh, I had turned off his 6 Semper. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. So my Radiant Knight will survive the fight. But it might be better just to go Logos here and play 3 cards. I think so. Titan Mechanic, Doc Bookden, Ganymede Archivist, and in turn. Okay. Getting the pawn sacrifice is nice, even though they don't have any small creatures, but if they play some annoying Logos or Starlines creatures, maybe we can handle them. Positron Bolt, Twin Bolt to take out 2 of my creatures and get the check. Ouch. Okay, well, we can take out the Tricerian Legionary, so that's nice. And get him off a check. So let's do that. And we might as well use special delivery to get rid of that self-bolstering automaton. Oh, they're not going to play one more creature, are they? Ooh. Kincan's Blaster and Cloaking Dongle on the frame. I think that means it's time for Neutron Shark. The Pawn Sacrifice can't kill him. The Booby Trap is turned off and would hit me. Yeah, so we gotta go Logos here. And maybe we draw into an Effervescent Principle? No. Another Umbra. Okay, we'll play Bat Drone. We will Neutron Shark over on this side. And first we'll take out the frame, and we'll take out our Hollow Blaster. We'll take out the Commander Chan. We discarded a Bait and Switch. And we'll take out our Neutron Shark. And we discarded a Cleansing Wave. Well, that's too bad because that burst would have been nice. We have a nice Shadows lineup as long as they don't get us with Discombobulator. Although it's only one steal, so it's not that big a deal. We might have to discard a Booby Trap here. The Sanctum actually isn't that bad. There's a Discombobulator, but we do have the Pawn Sacrifice. But here comes a Neutron Shark. What is it taking out? Bat Drone and Quant, and then they discard a Twin Bolt. It's not bad. Well, that's too bad that they got rid of my Bat Drone. Oh yeah, and they did blow up the Discombobulator. It's a feeding frenzy, Neutron Shark. Okay, so obviously we're going Shadows here. I think we Booby Trap anyway. Man, what are we going to Pawn Sacrifice here? Oofda. I think I might hold the Pawn Sacrifice, actually. We're going to play the Urchin over here, and then we're going to Booby Trap here. We're going to put Umbras. Oh man, I should have killed the Neutron Shark. We're going to put Umbra here. Now, do we have our other Umbra or our Dipno Spymaster on the other side? I think Umbra because we're far behind, so we need Ember Control. And then actually, do I discard the Pawn Sacrifice here? Or do we hold it? I think we discard it. It doesn't feel good, but we'd be destroying our old stuff. Uh-oh, here comes a Saurian. We do have our Effervescent Principle outlet here, and I think we still have one in the draw, and a Doorstep to Heaven in the draw. So we need to get some good work out of this Shadows here. Oh no, Dilophosaurus and Warding and Neutron Shark. Phalanx Strike to kill both my Umbras. Oh. And capture all my Ember. Yeah, lots of stalling to come, but I don't think I'll be able to do anything with it just because without my board, I don't think I can do anything. So I do think we go Logos here. We don't use the Effervescent Principle yet, though. But we do a Scrambler Storm. No actions. We do a Fogify. No fighting. We'll play out a Quixo. We will see what we get with our Library of Babel, which is Duskrunner, and then Dipno Spymaster. Ah, man, that Dilophosaurus is going to do some damage. Is going to use Zakiel to kill the Elder, maybe? Because they're probably going to go Saurian to use the Dilophosaurus. I would. Now my Commander Remiel is taunting all my important cards. Oh yeah, back into Saurian. There goes a Dilophosaurus. We're in trouble. Shouldn't have got rid of that Pawn Sacrifice. That was a mistake. Reap Reap. Archiving a card. Questor Jarda coming down. We do have a nice little Shadows play here, though. Because we are going to put Duskrunner on Remiel. What do we Nerve Blast here? Because Spymaster is going to use Remiel, who's going to Reap and use Quixo. So we're using all three houses, baby. We can't kill anybody, though. Too bad Remiel isn't Fight Reap. Although we do get the Dust Runner activation, which is nice. Maybe we'll draw something with Quixo. Nothing good. Nerve Blast. Well, I'm sure they can get me off, but they can burst big time in Saurian, and they have another city-state interest in the draw, which they might be able to get to. Oh, but they're going Logos. Okay. The Neutron Shark can do some work here. Twin Bolt can do some work. Tau Vapors. Positron Bolt to wipe my board. Are they going to take me off here? Oh, we do have a Doorstep to Heaven in the draw. So we can EP, but we're pretty much toast because we don't have a board. But can we get our second key? Probably not. Wormhole Technician. Do they have a way to keep me off? I don't think so. They just had a handful of Logos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards played. And you know they're archiving something good too. I could have a pretty good United Action turn. Discarding the Code Monkey. 6 cards play. Hey, we got a key. And we can stop them with our Effervescent Principle. We draw a Library of Babel. We did draw our Doorstep. So now, do we then discard this Effervescent Principle? Yeah. It doesn't matter either way. Doorstep will just delay him a turn. I'll gain enough Ember again. I could have then gone back into Logos, but so I probably should have kept it. Maybe we draw back into Bait and Switch and we have a nice Logos turn. Of course, the Discombobulator. We need something combined with the Lights Out to get rid of that. Okay, here comes the Falafel Reaping, Questor Jarda, Tricerian Legionary, Theros-Centurion, Chan of Hubris. Do we have a 6 Semper too? No, not yet. But they... I guess it's in the discard. They have a city-state interest in either their hand or the archives. Sanctum, Doorstep, Sigil, Sequus, Staunch Knight, Shield of Justice. What do we draw? We got an Effervescent Principle with a Neutron Shark. That is interesting. The show goes on. Pretty soon they're just going to actually make 11 Ember, and then the Effervescent Principle won't stop them, and that might be this turn. They're going to reap at least 4 times with Saurian. Oh, they go Starlines. Never mind. Discarding the United Action again. Cloaking Dongle on the Thorough Centurion. Science Officer Kincan. Quadricorder on the Thorough Centurion. Xeno Training to capture onto the Wormhole Technician and the Thorough Centurion. Do they have a... Okay, they don't have Ancient Power. And a Red Alert. Okay, logos again. Effervescent Principle. Then draw our Library of Babel. No, we'll put down our Quixo. Our Sigil of Brotherhood here actually can do some work, and so I think we want to do that before our Neutron Shark. But what do we want to do with it? We gotta kill the Dilophosaurus. If we can kill with the Neutron Shark, the Science Officer Kincan, and the Thorough Centurion, that's pretty good. And Sequus and Staunch Knight can kill the Tricerian Legionary and the Dilophosaurus. That actually gets us almost a check. And if we really go off with our Neutron Shark, we might even be able to get there. Let's see, do we do the Kincan? I think so. Oh man, the Neutron Shark is going to kill us, so. We're at 2 Ember, so Kincan first. We'll get the Library of Babel. Oh no, we discarded the Scrambler Storm. No! Oh, and we needed some more in our shadows here to be able to compete, and we didn't get it. So I think that's finally game. Maybe with our Quixo we can draw into another EP. If we had a really good Neutron Shark turn there, and we were able to get rid of Thero and their Neutron Shark, which would have been 3 more hits, we would have made a game of it. Thorough Centurion finds Sequus. Oh, here comes a 6 Semper. Did they redraw into it? There's a City State Interest. Definitely knew that was coming. There's a 6 Semper. Back up to 8 Ember. Imperial Scutum on the Jarda. They reap. They do even more than that. Alright, well, we can't stop them now. We can gain 4 Ember and Shadows. Actually, we can gain a bunch of Ember and Shadows. We'll do it, even though it doesn't matter anymore. That was close. We gained 8 Ember there. Alright. Well, that was fun. Well, that was actually pretty fun battle back and forth. Good game. Yeah. It's the anti Coda Worlds Collide fun with the discombobulators and the dinos. Although this isn't, super classic Coda with Shadows Untamed, etc. But all right, cool. And I need to fix my lighting. Let's start up another game. All right, we got Raubs. Raubs is in the house. All right, start game. Good luck and have fun. And they are playing Penny, Oak of Cramped Hall. Let's see what it is. 86 SAS, Mass Mutation, Double Infernus, Dark Embervolt with 12 mutants, 12 speed, Cronus, Autoencoder. Wow, this one's probably gonna hurt. Okay. Let's try and fix that. Okay. We'll mulligan that, and really unexciting starter. We'll start with the Ganymede Archivist and see if we can get that off. Infomorph, Even Ivan. Okay. We'll actually go Logos here again. Do the Library of Babel. We'll reap with the Archivist, and we will archive either a Cleansing Wave or Booby Trap. I think Cleansing Wave. We're gonna try and set up a big Cleansing Wave turn sometime. Sometime far in the future. Ooh, they got nice Ghost Hawk action. Fandangle hitting the board. Niffle Queen with a damage and a draw. Okay, I think we go into shadows here. Booby Trap, the Infomorph. Oh, the Niffle Queen makes Ghost Hawk 3 power. Well, in that case, maybe we Booby Trap the Fandangle. I think that's better. And then we Dust Runner the Ganymede Archivist and we Ghostly Hand. Sanctum is also not bad. It can fight into the Fandangle. Let's go Shadows though. We will not take our archives. The Booby Trap also sets up our Cleansing Wave potentially. Harvest time. What are they purging? What are they purging? Ooh, they purge their own. Beautiful. So they purge Beast, I guess? They purge their Ghost Hawk and their Niffle Queen. I'm okay with that because... Ooh, that's a really nice Relentless Creeper. An Ember and a Damage Pip, and it's gonna come back. Gateway to Dis to kill everything. There goes my Cleansing Wave. Ooh, an Infernus. Oh no, they're gonna get my Ghostly Hand for 3 Ember. Ouch. That hurts. It does make me have a 2 Steel Bait and Switch, although I think we want to kill some stuff here. So we're going to go Sanctum. I could only get 1 off the Cleansing Wave if I pulled it, so we're not going to pull it. We're going to try and wait for a big one. We're going to play out Round Table, Raiding Knight, Sergeant Ezekiel to fight into Hitchercog to kill it and the Drekker, and in turn. Okay, now we are lining up for a potential Library Access turn. I might have to pull it next turn, although I don't want to, so I hope they don't... I do have the Bait and Switch, though. We might even go... Ooh, they have a daughter coming out. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Bot booked in. Umberbot. Oh no. Oh no, what do we do? Maybe we go Sanctum and do some board control? Yeah. Yeah. We have a Lost in the Woods, which I gotta be concerned about. So we're gonna go Sanctum. We're gonna pull our archive. We'll play out the Remiel. Sergeant Ezekiel will fight off the bot booked in. Then we're gonna Cleansing Wave. And Radiant Knight, I think we'll fight off the Infernus so they can't Lost in the Woods it. And in turn, we didn't draw another Logos, but we did draw Pawn Sacrifice, which is actually pretty good to get rid of that daughter and the Umberbot. And then hopefully load up for a good library access turn. Unfortunately, this deck does not have any of the nice library access multiplier cards like Wild Wormhole or Phase Shift. Oh, they get more Ghost Hawk value with their second Ghost Hawk. And they get the discard a card with the Umberbot. What do they discard? So they're at check. If they don't go over 7, I can stop them with the bait and switch. If they do go to 8 or above, I think it's library access effervescent principle time. They discard a Niffle Ape. They get auto encoder action. Oh, here comes a Lost in the Woods. So it was good that. So they are going to get to 8 Ember. It was good that I got rid of that Infernus. Unfortunately, they're putting more Sanctum in my draw pile when I want it to be more Logos. Yeah, they keep the daughter out there. Yeah, I think we do the effervescent principle. So library access, effervescent principle. Oh, good. We drew a Logos card. Put out the Titan mechanic, the Bat Drone, the Quixo. Come on, one more. Scrambler Storm. No actions. Unfortunately, that's it. Okay, so that's not too bad. For a vanilla library access with no funny business. Uh-oh, going into this. Here comes back the Relentless Creeper. That is gonna keep coming back. Oh, and here comes the Dark Embervolt. And another Histrocock. Oh no, now all the mutants are gonna be super buffed. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. You know, a 6-power Histrocock is actually quite frightening. We do have a Lights Out. I don't really want to Pawn Sacrifice or Lights Out the Relentless Creeper, though. And we don't need to steal with our bait and switch yet to keep them off check. I think we actually go Logos here because we have the Bat Drone, the Quixo, and the Titan Mechanic. We can get to check. Let's go Logos. Withdraw with Library Babble. Nothing there. Bat Drone will fight the Histrocock. Steal one, and then we'll Reap twice. It is tempting to fight the Quixo, but let's get to check. If I was like assured that I would draw a draw pip or an Ember pip in Logos, then I would have done it, but that's like a 1 in 15 chance, so we need to get to check. Oh, and they have their own effervescent principle. Ooh, what do they have Fission Bloom on? Fission Bloom on a Cronus with a draw pip? Youch. Youchy youch. Need to get rid of that Cronus, that's for sure. Titan Mechanic can take care of that. Or we can Bat Drone Quixo it. Got some options. Oh, Dark Amber Volts. Ouch. This is gonna be rough. How many? 12 mutants. Although it's close right now, this is gonna turn into a blowout very soon, I think. Ooh, Double Daughter, Umberbot. Okay, maybe we need to go into the Pawn Sacrifice Lights Out action now. Lethalogica, they discard a Ghost Hawk and an Infernus, that's nice. And then they pull Oddclad. Play an Oddclad and a Bot Booked in, and they keep drawing cards. They just keep drawing cards. They still have 5 cards in their hand, even though they played like 7 cards or so without pulling their archives. And Daughter fights Batrout. Huh. Okay. So with the shadows here, I can bait and switch for 1. I can pawn sacrifice to kill the daughter. And then I can lights out to push back. I can get to check. I can put back the Umberbot and the bot booked in. Yeah, let's do it. Bait and switch. Pawn sacrifice on the Titan mechanic. Lights out and bot booked in and Umberbot. Unfortunately, that leaves the Cronus there, but can't do much about that. So we do get to check. The Sergeant Zakio potentially could kill the Cronus next turn if it survives. They're going back into Logos. Ooh, they have a 2-pip Lethalogica, so with the Fission Bloom, they get 4 pips right there. Oh, good thing we have our doorstep. But can they take me off in Logos? If they can, this could be good. I Forge, I have 0 Ember, I doorstep them. They have a Cronus and an Oddclaw. They might actually even do some board control here, unfortunately. But they have 8 in their hand, 3 in their archive. The Oddclaw does take out the Zakiel. That's too bad. And the Cronus takes out the Quixo. But we do Forge, and we're going to stop their key. We are going to go into Sanctum. We're going to doorstep them. Sigil Brotherhood, Staunch Knight, Sequus, and Remiel. They have Dart Amber Vault access. Yeah, totally. It's going to be over really soon, but I got the first key. I'm going to quit now. I'm going to say, oh, we're playing to first key, right? No. Oh, okay, they went untamed. Well, they probably have like 2 Ghost Hawks in hand. I guess they purged 1. They're going to do some nasty stuff. That's what's going to happen. They probably have a bunch of drop pips. The Cronus is going to go off. This is going to be a bad turn. And I don't have any board wipes. Oh no. Gloria and its attendant with a damaged pip. And draw a card because of Dark Ember Vault. The Gloria and his attendant, which is 3 power. Song of the Wild, which they're totally going to Ghost Hawk. Dark Queen Gloriana with the Ember Pip, and drawing it, and it's a 5 power. They return Hystricog because it was damaged. Okay. They discard Niffleape to feed the autoencoder. Play out a Fandango, which is now 5 power, and draws a card. Fog Bank, so I can't fight. The Legacy Fog Bank killing me, and Lost in the Woods. What are they going to send back? That pretty much kills my lineup. They send back their Cronus and Oddclad. Okay. And my Sequus and Staunch Knight. Well, I still might actually go Sanctum here because I have a ugly 2/2/2. Actually, maybe Logos is the better way. Because I have a lot more Sanctum in the draw. If I'm lucky, I can draw an EP on the Library of Babel. And maybe we can clean some stuff up with our Neutron Shark. We can take out all of our artifacts and everything. Alright, let's go logos. You have Fogbank, I have Fogify. Not that it matters. We're going to use Sigil Brotherhood. Or do we? Because we kind of want to use it to kill. Is one reap worth it? Yeah. We're going to use Library of Babel, which we much rather would have not of, because we drew Hollowed Blaster. That would have been much better Neutron Shark bait. Fandangle, Remiel, Dark Amber Vault, Library of Babel. Bot booked in or autoencoder? Probably autoencoder or Fission Bloom? Fission Bloom. They have a double pip Lethologica. Autoencoder Roundtable. Bot booked in Neutron Shark. Well, we had a really nice Neutron Shark there. Let's see, what did we all discard? We discarded an Urchin, not great, an Umbra, a Special Delivery, and a Radi Knight. Into Dis I go. Here comes our Infernus. They're going to get some good stuff. Probably my doorstep. Maybe a Scrambler Storm, or Lights Out, or a Pawn Sacrifice. The end is near. They get my doorstep and Scrambler Storm. Yep, that makes sense. Ooh, Stirring Grave on what? They got lots of good stuff. A Daughter, okay. Snarette, Bonesaw, Hystricog, Drekker. Oh man, ridiculous. Okay, but we're gonna play out our shadows. Dipno, Umbra, and what do we Nerve Blast here? Do we kill the Gloriana's Attendant? Do we damage some this stuff? They can Reap for 6 next turn, or 7. We will damage this Hystricog and insure. Yep, they go back right back into Dis super quick. Which makes sense. Okay, so next turn I play out 5. Oh no. They have another Infernus? How many Infernus do they got? Only 2? How'd they redraw that one? Oh, I guess, yeah, they're redrawing to their decks, so that's how. They got my Effervescent Principle and my Pawn Sacrifice. Reap, double Reap with Hystricog. They did get the steal with Drekker. And they Reap a whole bunch of times. Except Relentless Creeper fights the Umbra, which makes sense. They're at 11 Ember. Harvest time for what? Wow. Mutant. All their mutants. Wow. So they are at 18 Ember. Well, I could Effervescent Principle them here. They lose 9. They forge for 6. They have 3. Then they Reap 4 times. Either way, I'm screwed. We'll go Sanctum. Hull Blaster, let's throw all this stuff out here. Omni to use that guy and turn. Yeah, that was a huge harvest time. I think it was for 7. Yeah. 2 Hystercogs, a Starret, Dark Queen Gloriana, Gloriana's Attendant, Infomorph, and Umbrabot. The harvest time for 7. That's pretty amazing. Alright, we can go and fight off some stuff, or we could EP them and not do anything. Good game. We were very outclassed in that one, but it was a good game. Okay. They had some fun tricks with their Dark Ember Vault and their harvest time for sure. Okay, let's see if we can get one more game in. Yeah, yo-yo. Oh, we got a really nice Shadows lineup, which would do nothing unless they gain a bunch of Ember. But we'll keep it. We're assuming that they're going to go gain Ember. I guess we should have seen what they're actually playing. Let's see. Ilarai the Ekru. Oh, this might have been actually in... Oh, 72. Oh, this is a DD deck. Oh, yeah. They're going to gain a lot of Ember. More Ember than I can deal with. Although I do have a lot. 16 creatures. They don't have a lot of creature control either. Interesting. Orb of Wonder, Staunch Knight. That's it. Okay. We got our own Staunch Knight, but now we can't do anything with it. Or it'll die. We will just go Logos and Rapier and save our pawn sacrifice. And in turn. Probably should have put our Logos creatures, Sanctum creatures out there. Okay, here comes the Star Alliance. Seer Officer Hawkins, Universal Translator. Okay. So now we can do our shadows. Special delivery. Urchin. Pawn sacrifice on the Urchin. Duskrunner on the Archivist. And Nerve Blast on the Staunch Knight. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah. Mass Mutation decks with Harvest Time, especially with the Creature Flood. That's not a bad idea. If you can purge even all your bad creatures and are left with a bunch of good creatures, or good cards rather, that might be pretty interesting. Oh no, here comes Orb of Wonder to take a card. Chelonia, Mookling, Witch of the Dawn. Oh no, and I have no response. Oh man, let's see. I can't kill the Staunch Knight with my Sergeant Ezekiel and the Staunch Knight because of the armor and the +1. Dang. If I could do that, then I could have special delivery the Chelonia. I guess we can fight the Mookling with our Staunch Knight. but let's them definitely go off with their Chelonia. We did finally get Booby Trap. They got Doorstep, Holdfast, Sir Bever. Here comes a lot more Ember for them. And Staunch Knight kills Arctis, which makes sense to get rid of that Dusk Runner. Well, it does make my Staunch Knight 6 powered, which is nice. Oh, Staunch Knight, yeah. Staunch Knight had a Universal Translator. Nice play there. Oh, man. Nice. Those are some pretty cool plays. Okay, let's go Shadows here. We got a Booby Trap, that Chelonia. And we are kind of setting up a nice cleansing wave if that happens. Oh, I guess it's not happening. Okay, let us forge here so we can use our effervescent principle without hurting ourselves. We have a nice library access turn lined up. Oh, here comes a Walmart. Ooh, Zap taking out all my shadows. Technobabble to stun my Staunch Knight. Sierra Officer Hawkins, 2 of them, and a Unity of Discord. They're going to go up to 14 at least. How many Sierra Officer Hawkins does this have? Only 2? Did they? I thought they'd already played one. Did they already redraw? I'm getting confused. Because I killed that one there. How'd they get it back? Oh, Witch of the Dawn, maybe? Okay, Witch of the Dawn got it back. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so they go up to 14 Ember, but guess what? We have 2 library accesses. Surprise. And we're gonna special delivery the Valmart. We're gonna Fogify. No fighting. Scrambler Storm. No actions. No fun. We will put out the Doc Bookton. The Titan Mechanic. Ooh, and Neutron Shark. I like that. And the Neutron Shark. Okay, what do we kill here? Definitely this Holdfast, which also kills the Staunch Knight. Take out our Hollow Blaster, and we discard Library of Babel. Okay, so that's it. Alright, and in turn. Okay, can't complain about that Library Access turn, that's for sure. Oh, I forgot the Staunch Knight had a +1. I made a mistake there, letting him use the Universal Translator on it. Okay, we go Sanctum here. Move the stun there. Shield Justice, Radiant Knight, Commander Remiel, Sequus, Staunch Knight, and in turn. Still haven't drawn into our cleansing wave. Ooh, United Action, nice. Kangafant. Oh, they play it before they reaped. But maybe they'll fight. Deepwater Gruin, nice. Reaper Sow with wait, what did Reaper Sow do? Oh, they put I don't know, King of Fant would have destroyed stuff, right? Then they shifting battlefield and taxing journey. Yeah, I don't actually know what they did with Reaper, so. Okay, I really want to go Sanctum here, but I need to get to the Cleansing Wave and to the Doorstep. So I think I have to go Shadows. Lights out some stuff. But then I have to draw into the Doorstep. Yep. Okay, that's the plan. So we're gonna lights out the King Event and the Staunch Knight, or do we keep the King Event? Oh, they put the +3 on the Sir Bever. Do we kick that back then? Because if we keep the King Event out, then we can get to check if we don't, if we kick the King Event. Not sure if it's. Yeah, let's take out the Sir Bevers actually and throw all that stuff down there. And intern. Okay, we got our Doorstep. We didn't get our Cleansing Wave. It's our last card. No. But maybe we can use the Remiel with the Doc Bookton to draw it. Wishing. And the Round Table and the Sigil Brotherhood would be so good if we're able to use our board. Let's see, they have a selective preservation though, and that's definitely not been played yet. Here comes the Star Alliance, so here it comes. Yep. Ouch. Oh yeah, one of each power value. That's a funny one. Yep, so my board goes down to 2 creatures. Ouch. And they fight off. I do get an Ember. I can Bane switch. I can Doorstep. The Cleansing Wave is finally here, and I'll maybe get 2 out of it. Maybe not. They fight off my Remiel. They play a bunch of stuff. They don't get to check. Played our Quixo and Bat Drone. Oh, that made us redraw. Oh well. They do decide to reap once, even though it kills them. We do get to check for that second key. And we draw into a nice Shadows. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be enough. If we also had Urchin or Bait and Switch, maybe, but But there's a Seneschal Sargasso as well. That might actually be pretty critical here. But they probably have a huge untamed turn. Chelonia, Witch of the Dawn, which will bring back Witch of the Dawn. Yep. Pester Grove. Hey, we did get our second key. Shadows. Can booby trap the Chelonia. Umbra, Dipno, Ghostly Hand, Nerve Blast, and end turn. Alright, good game. Well, okay, cool. Let's pull up. So that was Zachary W. Hellborn the Pure. It went 0-3 actually, even though all three games were pretty close. Maybe the Worlds Collide one wasn't as close. It was still pretty close, but yeah, that was fun. The Mass Mutation one wasn't close. Yeah. It's fun getting back to my first deck. It's got a lot of fun tricks. Doesn't have enough creature control to really hang in there, but um, lots of ways to extend the match with the double effervescent principle on the doorstep, and especially when bait and switch was not errated, could do some damage there as well. But all right, that was fun. That was Zachary W. Hellborn the Pure. My first deck opened in a Taco Bell. Okay, now time for a deck opening. Crack a back. Anybody got a preference on what we open? We opened Worlds Collide last time. So we have Coda, AOA, Mass Mutations, Dark Tiding. Do we open a Dark Tiding because that just beat us? Do we open a Mass Mutation and hope we get a Dark Ember Vault with Harvest Time and 13 mutants? Oops, I didn't come prepared with my knife. What do we do? No thoughts? Alright. I think we go. We go for the Mass Mutation. AOA, alright. Andrew says AOA. We're going to do AOA. There was some interesting AOA decks we saw for sale. Ooh, this might even have a nice easy way to open it, maybe? No, it's broken. Okay. We have a Dis Logo Shadows. So that's exciting because those are three pretty good houses in AOA. Deck opening struggles. There we go. Success. Okay. We have Lee, Bastion Magician. Got some interesting shoulder pads. Kind of doing like a meditative pose. Interesting. All right. Oh, you think it's juggling, huh? See, I was thinking it was doing more of like a That type of pose, but I don't know. Let's get to the cards. We start out with Ember Imp. Green screen like in the yellow. Interesting. Elusive, after creature reaps, stun it. Oh yeah, this one has flavor text. Even the rocks themselves suffer here. Eldest bear. We have a Cold a Week, one of my favorite, as we saw last week with Van Exapythonic. Play, destroy the least powerful enemy creature. We have an Exhume, that's always fun. Play, choose a creature in your discard pile. You may play that creature as if it belonged to the active house and was in your hand. We have a Schuler. Play, if your opponent has 4 Ember or more, steal one. Demons only take, never give. The Sanctified Scroll. We have a Streak. Elusive. While Streak is not on your flank, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during their draw cards step. We have a Tesmal. Elusive. Reap. Choose a house. Your opponent cannot choose a house as their active house on their next turn. Do we have the double Tesmal? No, we have a Yerk. Play. Choose and discard a card from your hand. They aren't that bad if you can pay their price. Iona, Demonologist. We have a Pain Reaction. Play. Deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If this damage destroys that creature, deal 2 damage to each of that creature's neighbors. We have another Pain Reaction. Not bad. We have a Soul Keeper. This creature gains destroyed. Destroy the most powerful enemy creature. And we have an Ancient Yerk. Play and discard 3 cards from your hand. I no longer know who serves whom. Iona, Demonologist. So maybe we have in our shadows a oh, I just wiped my brain. The creature that steals an artifact. We steal an autoencoder. We play Ancient Yerk. Discard 3, archive 3. Yes. Oh no. And then we have Pit Lord. Taunt. While Pit Lord is in play, you must choose Dis as your active house. And we don't have a way to kill Pit Lord. No. No. If we had a 3 Fates or an Unlock Gateway, it might have been okay. But, ooh, we do have a way. We play Pit Lord. We play Soul Keeper on a 2-powered enemy. And then we Pain React it. That'll work. Or we Cold a Week it. Yeah, we play it on whatever's yeah, so we can kill our own Pet Lord with Soul Keeper. All right, if we need a Ember Burst, it's an option. Yeah, we actually do have some decent Exhume targets there already, and we haven't even seen Logos and Shadows until now. Pip Pip. After enemy creature reaps, stun it. A lead foot? I'll give them a lead foot. That's a big lead foot. We have another Pip Pip. We have a Titan Librarian, another good Exhume target. At the end of your turn, if Titan Librarian is not on a flank, archive a card. Titan Fabrication Labs, building a bigger tomorrow. We have a Titan Mechanic. Titan Librarian and Titan Mechanic. While Titan Mechanic is on a flank, each key costs -1 Ember. If they come, they will build it. The Titans. Alright, another good Exhume target, ZYX Researcher. Play. Archive the top card of your deck or the top card of your discard pile. We only concern ourselves with can. Let the Sanctum worry about should. We have another ZYX Researcher. Ooh, we have an interdimensional graft. Play. If an opponent forges a key on their next turn, they must give you the remaining ember. Okay. Some ember control. Very nice, very nice. We have a quantum finger trap. Action, swap the positions of two creatures in a battle line. So if you push forward in space and I pull backward in time, ... We have sloppy lab work. Play, archive a card, discard a card. Don't fret the details. Progress happens when you least expect it. Sloppy lab work is such a good card. We have Chaos Portal. Action. Choose a house. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it is of that house, play it. All right, a little bit of chaotic speed there. Oh, and we have a time traveler deck. We have Help from Future Self. Play, search your deck and discard pile for a time traveler, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. And there we go. There's our time traveler. That is a perfect exhume target. With an Ember Pip and play, draw 2 cards, and don't focus. And action, shuffle time traveler into your deck. Sweet. On to Shadows, and we start with Dust Chronicles. Do we also have the Swindle Dust Chronicles combo as Fudginator has prophesied? No. Play. If your opponent has more Ember than you, draw a card. If you have more Ember than your opponent, archive a card. I know it was right here, right before the Midnight Chronicles. We have Gamgee. Elusive. Reap. If your opponent has more Ember than you, steal 1 Ember. We have a Lamindra. Deploy Elusive. Lamindra's neighbors gain Elusive. We have another Lamindra. Maybe okay if you have a Throwing Stars. We have a Nerve Blast. Play, steal 1 Ember. If you do, deal 2 damage to a creature. Don't look so shocked to see me. We have a Sucker Punch. Alpha. Play, deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If that creature is destroyed by this effect, archive Sucker Punch. Another great card that's also in Van X, the Pythonic. Oh no, we have a double Sucker Punch. That is not as good. Oh, we do have the Swindle Dust Chronicles. Alpha, Omega, play, steal 3 Ember. So we have 3 Alpha cards in Shadows. We have a Whistling Darts. Play, deal 1 Ember to each enemy creature. Do, re, mi, ah! We have a Lights Out. That's pretty good. Play, return 2 enemy creatures to their owner's hands. Yeah, actually, we don't have mass board control. That's an issue. We have a Oubliette. Oubliette. Ugh. Oubliette. Play, purge a creature with power 3 or less. I forgot we had this down here. And last card of the deck. Sack of Coins. That's good. Play, deal 1 damage to a creature for each Ember in your pool. The Savar are masters of improvised weaponry. Toothless Jack. So this is actually pretty cool, fun deck. We got the Time Traveler, the Exhume, the Shadows. It looks like it can actually generate a lot of Ember. Let's see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pips, although 2 of those are on Alpha. In Logos, we have 5 pips. So that's already 11 pips. And then in Dis, we have 7 pips in Dis. Now 2 are on the Pit Lord, which probably is a discard most of the time. But that's actually an 18 pip deck. It's pretty good. And we're a little bit lacking on creature control, but if we can make use of all that ember so that we really hit hard with our stack of coins. We used our lights out wisely. Yeah, I think this could do some fun stuff. It's got a decent number of, we can use the Yerks to get rid of one of our alpha cards if we have multiple alpha cards. It's got a decent amount of efficiency in all three houses. I think this is actually a pretty cool, fun deck. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. AOA. AOA sealed is so good. This is Lee, Bastion Magician. All right. And that's our stream. There's hopefully more exciting stuff to come in the future. There's some other things that I've been working on with some few other people's, but nothing to announce yet. And NKFL is right around the corner. Decks were just submitted today. Today was the deadline. And so that's going to be starting up very soon. So we're also going to be having NKFL streams coming shortly. And then, of course, Saturday morning at 8 p.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the finals of CAGI 6.0. Keyforge as Garfield intended. It's adaptive best of three. Tons of great players have been defeated, and we're left with the top two, Ashitaka and Fabulausing. So super excited about that. I'm going to be commentating it with Fudginator. So hopefully see you Saturday for that. So that's a little bit of what's coming up. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next week. And hopefully Saturday. Take care, everyone. See ya.